Caden. You know, you guys have been successful, unbeaten, all those things, but yesterday there was some discussion that you haven't allowed a rushing touchdown, which is pretty incredible 5 games in. What's the philosophy that leads to that toughness at the line of scrimmage?
At the line of scrimmage, we really pride ourselves on resetting the line of scrimmage in the front four, including the linebackers as well behind us. That's something this defense has always prided ourselves on, is stopping the run. We don't want anyone to run on us. But it takes 11 guys that want to run to the ball and tackle the guy with the ball, the full effort and everything. That's what it takes. It takes all 11 dudes because we have times where the safeties have to come down and fill the run too because they got the box loaded. So our safeties even come down and hammer the run, which is really nice.
Kind of an offbeat thing. Matt Ariza has like 4 tackles this season and 3 of them alone in the Utah game. And I know on the second one he had a stick there and the sidelines went bananas. What, as a defender who appreciates that toughness, when you see a kicker doing that, what goes through your head?
Oh, Matt, he's on the defense. We claim him on the defensive side, and he's a true weapon to our team. To be able to flip the field every single time we have to punt. We don't like to punt, but when we do, we know we're in good hands because Matt's going to punt it like 60 yards, and he's going to go down and tackle them. They won't get a net over 40 yards in their punt. But pinning them back inside their 20 and stuff like that, and him flying down, making tackles too, adds energy to the whole team. Like, that's something I don't know if many teams in the country could say that their punter goes down and is almost leading. I think he might be leading or tied with special teams tackles this year. But he truly is a weapon to our team, and we really appreciate all he does for the defense and offense.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bryce. We'll go to Andre.
It's not unfortunate playing and preparing to become the quarterback last week. If you know, you're going to have to go against something you can ask this week.
Andre, I can't really hear you right now. It's kind of cracking up a little bit.
Unfortunately, playing and playing against started working last week when you have to go against something you can ask this week.
Yeah, I can't really understand you. It's all scratchy.
Andre, you sound like a robot right now.
I'll tell you what, Caden, if you just talk about San Jose State's quarterbacks who you might face this week.
Oh, they're both great athletes. Nick Starkel, he's from Fort Worth area, kind of where I'm from. I've been knowing him since high school. He's a great pocket passer quarterback, and also is mobile with his legs. He can put it in the tightest windows. He's a legit quarterback. I don't know if he'll be back this week, but Nick Nash is also a great quarterback as well. Dual threat, can really move the ball well. On his feet and in the air. They're both great quarterbacks. We're going to game plan for both of them and have a plan to stop both of them.
Thank you. Hopefully that was your question, Andre. If not, text it to me in the chat and we'll get it asked for you. We'll go to John.
How much do you look to put last year kind of behind you when the ending against San Jose State? You guys had that lead late. I mean, how much of this year is about last year, if any?
We've kind of had this game marked on our calendars. San Jose, that put a bad taste in our mouth. They're the reigning conference champs. That's the goal we have every year, is to be the conference champions, and they took that from us and ran all over our field and celebrated in our faces because they won and beat us at our place. So that hurt us a little bit, and that hurt our pride a little bit, and we want to get back at them and definitely try to take their will and beat them this year.
Do you? How does it impact your week playing on a Friday as opposed to a Saturday, if at all?
Nothing at all. This team is such a mature team that we all treat ourselves like professionals and treat every day with a professional business approach. The day of the week we play doesn't really matter. We come to work every day, practice, focus, locked in. No matter what the day is, no matter what time we're playing in the day, this team is very, very mature and handles every situation, any adversity greatly. So being a part of a mature team with an older group really helps a lot when you get these kind of weirder things popping up like this.
Coach Maddox talks about like the standard that he sets for the defense and you set for each other. When you look at what you've accomplished through these first 5 games of the season, do you feel like you've played to the standard of this defense, or can you still improve?
Definitely can still improve. We got points scored on us, so that's not good enough for us. Our standard, we hold ourselves to the highest standard of all. We want to be number one in every single defensive ranking category. And if we're not, there's definitely room for improvement there. As soon as we are ranked and won in every single category, then I'd say our expectations are met. But right now, we got teams still scoring on us, and that's not good enough for us. We want to hold every team to 0 points on the scoreboard and don't want them to run the ball on us. We want to force them to throw it in the air so we can get after the quarterback a little bit.
That's great. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much, John.
Thanks, John. We'll go to Kirk.
Hey, Caden, I know you guys, I think your main goal each year is to win a conference championship. You guys have the mantra win 22. Where does a bowl game fit in all that? Because if you guys win this week, you're bowl eligible, but it doesn't seem like there's much talk about that.
There's no talk about it all because if you win this game and then lose out the rest, what bowl game are you getting into? I mean, it's not the one we want to try to get in the best. We're focused on winning the conference championship. Our biggest thing is going 1-0 every single week, and all that matters to us is San Jose this week. Go 1-0 each and every day, come into work 1-0 in every rep. And when we step on the field, we want to come out 1-0, and then we'll put that behind us and go to the next week. And then at the end of the season, whatever bowl game we're gifted with, we'll be more than happy to play in.
You kind of alluded to it, but do you think the emphasis is on a conference championship? Because, I mean, the degree of difficulty for that is much more than it is to get it into a bowl game.
That's the main goal of the entire season is to win the conference championship. That's where we have our eyes set on. That's all we care about is winning the conference championship. That's the main goal is to win the 22nd conference championship for San Diego State University.
So if you guys do win Saturday, is there any kind of acknowledgement at all about being bowl eligible? How's that happened in the past when you've gotten to your 6th win?
I mean, it's cool just to say, like, oh, we're bowl eligible now, but our goal is on the 22nd championship. We want to get the conference championship. We want to walk out here with a ring. Like, we don't work all winter and all summer, like all year round, just to get a bowl. We want to go and get the ring.
I'm sure you know if you win a championship this year, it's number 22. If you guys go to a bowl game, how many bowl games will that be? Do you know?
I have no idea.
All right, just thought I'd ask.
Thank you, Kirk.
Thanks, Kirk. We have a text question from Andre. Coach Hope mentioned yesterday that 2 items for improvement for the defense is creating more turnovers and better tackling. Has that been emphasized in practice so far this week?
That's a big thing we've actually emphasized in these first 2 days of practice so far was did a bunch of drills, tackling drills, wrapping up, and then also our turnover circuits and getting the ball out and forcing interceptions, stuff like that. It takes all 11 guys to get to force turnovers. It's not just one guy. The whole D-line's got to get after the quarterback. Linebackers got to cover, and DB's got to cover as well, and maybe that will get the ball out to us to get picks. And then we're always got to be stripping at the ball on the run plays and stuff, or whenever we get a first guy on the tackler, that next guy got to come in and strip the ball out.
What do you credit the success to so consistently with the run game this year? I mean, obviously your unit takes a lot of pride in that, but how do you explain all the success you've had each and every week this year?
One thing that I would credit our success to is definitely the running backs. They put a lot of pressure on us to finish our blocks, open holes, score touchdowns. One thing that Coach Heck also likes to emphasize is score fast, score quick, and that's just really what we've been trying to do as an O-line. We've been just really pushing ourselves to be the best unit in the Mountain West.
In terms of pass protections, you feel like the group has held up well as well. You look at some of the metrics and the numbers, and you guys have kept the quarterbacks upright by and large.
Yeah, that's definitely something we pride ourselves in. We work on it every day. We talk about it. We watch film. We're looking at defensive schemes. We're looking at blitz. What's it called? Twist games, and we just try to break it down and simplify it for the O-line, and we do what we do.
What's it like for you personally when you have different quarterbacks under center, because you've had to work with a trio of them during games already this year?
Yeah, I'm really confident and comfortable with both QBs. Really doesn't matter whose hands are between my legs and who's taking the snaps, but we as an O-line we just execute our job, and we try the best that we can.
And then lastly, you mentioned the running backs. I mean, it seems like a special group, right? I mean, obviously Greg we know about, but then behind Greg, you've had guys that have had some huge games this year as well. What's it like to work with that group day in and day out?
Oh yeah, we love our running backs. We pride ourselves in getting them touchdowns, and their glory is our glory. I take full credit for all the rushing yards and all the rushing touchdowns that we get. It's something I pride myself in, and I'm sure that my brothers do too.
Well, I think it's Jamie tweeted out. What is it, Jamie? 1,250 something yards and 15 rushing touchdowns, something like that to start the year. So
Something like
congrats
that.
on
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, John. We'll go to Kirk.
I asked Caden about this, so I want to ask you as well. What would winning a sixth game and being bowl eligible mean to you this week?
It's definitely exciting. Bowl games are fun. All the gear, all the traveling, and just spending time in a different location. But we're focused on winning 22, the 22nd conference championship. So it is what it is, and we're looking at 22.
Why do you think there's so much more emphasis on a conference championship than a bowl game?
I think San Diego State just has a history of going to bowl games, and really it's just another game at the end of the season. It's just more opportunities for us to play football, more opportunities for us to show the nation what we can do, and it's just a game for fun. We'll play that game as hard as we can, but we're focusing on winning the conference championship.
I'm sure you know you're going for the 22nd conference championship. What bowl game appearance would this be if you make a bowl? Do you know that?
I do not know. Sorry.
All right. So also facing San Jose State again this week, how much is the memory of last year's game and how that ended in your mind, or how much is this just clean the slate and move on?
Oh, that game is burned in our mind. We've been looking forward to it since the day after we lost last year. We've had this game circled on our calendar too. Not only as a team, but personally as an O-line. We didn't do good enough last year, and we're looking to make up for it.